Hi guys, I will tell you about one more member of Nitecore P20i model line of tactical flashlights. This one is not that impressively bright as for example P20iX from my previous review, but it has its own unique feature. It has ultraviolet additional mode, and I don't remember any other tactical flashlight to have such a similar feature. Let's take a closer look. Let's go. The flashlight is packaged in a box, usual for a middle segment of Nitecore flashlights. Package is good, nothing outstanding, but just a good package, as usually. The kit includes the flashlight itself with a 21700's battery and two CR123 adapter for the latter, a plastic holster, a lanyard, a charging cable, a manual, and a warranty card. Actually, almost all you need. I say almost because P20i models work from proprietary 21700's battery and don't support any regular one. For me, proprietary battery has always been a really user-unfriendly feature. Only built-in battery is worse. The design of the flashlight is sustained in the spirit common for modern Nitecore models, externally excluding optics. It is a complete clone of the original P20i or almost any other P20i model. P20i Ultraviolet looks good as any other flashlight from P20i model line does, and there is nothing to complain about. You can see it by yourself. The flashlight is far away from being an ultra compact and ultra light flashlight, and that's great that flashlight has usual size and weight. If it was as from a Pix, say, such short body would be damn disadvantage for such a combination of brightness and user interface. A pair of tail button and a flush mounted rocker switch are responsible for using the flashlight for user interface. Nitecore use it in a variety of modern models, and someone will like the decision to make a mode switch so flat, some will not. It's a matter of taste. I have no problem with this tail button personally. That's a good tail button. As it was before, there is no spring inside the tail cap, but there are three symbolically spring-loaded contact petals, and there is a spring-loaded contact pad at the head side. Numerous small threads of fine thread are perfectly lubricated. The knurling is classic diamonds and deep grippy grooves for a clip or tactical ring. The grip is reliable and comfortable. The head and ribs at the head are medium-sized. Head design prevents it from rolling, that's good. There is also a Type-C charging connector at the head. The plug is very thick and reliable, and there is also a tiny charging indicator at the head. The charging current is good, 2 amperes, so it will take just a little bit more than a couple of hours to completely charge the battery, and the battery capacity, let me remind you, is really good. It is 5000 mAh. There are 3 small silicone nitride balls inserted in the teeth of bezel. They don't look as impressive as the classic spikes of tactical flashlights, but the flashlight will not tear a hole into your pocket. Glasses with, as usually, anti-reflection coating. There is smooth reflector with sst40 at the bottom and 4 ultraviolet LEDs around primary LED. Actually, that's all in this part. The flashlight looks very thoroughbred and well built. I dislike proprietary battery and totally dislike excluding 18650 adapter from the kit. User interface is quite good with the EDC and tactical modes. Brightness is stabilized. That's good. The effect of cooling is also clearly visible, that's also good. And of course, runtime of 21700's battery is way longer compared to classical 18650, that's even better. The light distribution is quite versatile. It's not the best, but it's okay for close-range work, and there is some good throw at the same time. You definitely can rely on it within about a couple of hundreds yards range. Of course, both brightness and throw are quite ordinary according to modern standards. Here the flashlight delivers exactly what you expect from the combination of sst40 and smooth reflector. Nevertheless, this is an undoubtedly good brightness and throw. They will cover almost all your needs besides working at the really long range, which require totally different flashlight anyway. 1800 lumens last about 1.5 minutes before step down. That's good runtime, which you may increase by turning the flashlight over again. There is no need to worry about overheating, as step down is thermal, not timed one. You can see it by yourself on the charts I've measured. 250 lumens mode will last for a very long time, and despite the small numbers, this is undoubtedly a convenient mode. Not only a walk around or indoor light, but it is quite good for outdoor use within a radius of half a hundred meters. Okay, what is good about ultraviolet mode here? It's the very fact that flashlight has it. Ultraviolet LEDs are really bright. They give visible light at a distance of about 5-7 meters, and the wavelength is really good as well. But there is only one disadvantage here, but that's a serious one. The center of the primary LED also emits some light, so you simply don't get clear ultraviolet mode because you get some ordinary light with a brightness of sort of firefly mode. And result is sort of classic firefly mode with ultraviolet addition. This light is very convenient for various ordinary needs and is clearly inconvenient when working with the ultraviolet mode on surfaces that are quite uniform, are quite close in color. This 365 nanometers LED is supposed to light up a bunch of interesting things, but this combined light greatly reduces the contrast, and some things are simply not visible in some situations. For example, stains from grease and cleaning agents on the kitchen tiles. Nevertheless, the flashlight perfectly illuminates all sort of contrasting, especially acidic colors, as you can see right now. It allows you to determine a counterfeit banknote. If what you are pointing your flashlight at is really reflect ultraviolet, like white paper, for example, you'll expose it right from afar. If the contrast is weak, you will have to look closely. As a result, the potential of the ultraviolet mode is really limited by primary light here. Nevertheless, ultraviolet mode here is not sort of a decorative one. It is working and helpful mode, but it has its own serious limitations, of low contrast surfaces. And time for overall impression. I like that Nitecore releases different lights for different needs within P20i model line. And I'm happy with the very fact of switching to 21700's battery with its significantly increased runtime. But I just cannot welcome the binding to an expensive proprietary battery. Moreover, it's really a user-unfriendly decision from manufacturer to remove really useful 18650 adapter from the kit, because I don't see any need in the one you've got in kit now. I like flashlight design, I like fast to ampere charging, relatively good for a tactical model, user interface with EDC and tactical scenarios of use, and the maximum brightness and runtime, the light distribution themselves are really good. In terms of main light, I can only complain about giant gap between 2.5 and 1800 lumens, and even here this medium mode of 2.500 lumens turned out to be a very versatile light. The light is quite decent in everything besides color temperature, my usual complaint about Nitecore model, and I consider the light of P20i ultraviolet to be a good light by standards of modern tactical flashlight. Though ultraviolet mode will certainly help you out in a number of situations, it seems to me more of an addition than a full-fledged working ultraviolet light, which is so effectively highlights all the sort of evidences in criminal movies. I'm sure that Nitecore P20i ultraviolet would be capable of this if primary light didn't mix with ultraviolet. I think that taking this into account, the main functionality of ultraviolet mode of P20i will be checking documents and money for originality and searching for leaks of any fluids glowing in ultraviolet. The flashlight copes with this with a bang, but it will take a separate ultraviolet flashlight to expose more stuff in ultraviolet light. Nitecore, by the way, released an extremely compact ultraviolet K-light, Nitecore Tiki Ultraviolet. Due to such a combined light, you get sort of useful, good Firefly mode in Nitecore P20i. And well, with a relatively small price gap between the regular Nitecore P20i and this ultraviolet version, the purchase of the last one will be justified decision even in a situation where you don't really need an ultraviolet mode. You will not overpay that much, but when the need arises, you have some ultraviolet. And then everything is determined by whether you are satisfied with the price functionality ratio of this flashlight or not. I hope my review of Nitecore P20i Ultraviolet helped you to define your opinion.